fantastic, beautiful snake here. Look at all those coils in my hand. Just got our first snake of the... Look what Aiden's holding in his hand, bro. The biggest Schultzes pit viper you will ever see in your life. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Pissy Pat. No, I can't do this anymore. Let's just give a proper intro and calm things down, because most of like the videos of all the guys around have been incredibly... Oh, there's a car coming. Have been incredibly dumb. So let's like tone it down to a good level and give a proper video intro, okay? Okay, now it's the last 2 days on our Philippines expedition. We got 2 further days here on Palawan, and the list of targets is still endless, you know? We might have got Schultzes already, but there's so many other cool things to find, and we're just gonna change our tactic, completely search different areas and see what shows up tonight. In the background, you can see where we were herping recently. The guy's doing some photography of some stuff we caught. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited, because just being somewhere where you know kind of anything, things you don't even know exist could show up, is such an exciting feeling. And even though we haven't found anything crazy so far, I have a feeling there's going to be more good stuff to come. So we're going to do a little bit of daytime cruising in the afternoon, see if anything shows up. If not, it's going to be back to home, get some dinner, and back out in the field. Let's get to it. Let's find some snakes. All right, so yeah, we didn't see anything in the afternoon, so it's right back to herping at night. And as you can see, not streams tonight. We're going to be heading up the road, maybe some streams just off the edge for a couple seconds, but we're going to be checking out drainage ditches, general areas which we're hoping will encourage a different diversity of species. So without further ado, let's get to the finds. All right, first find of the night is this, the local Bronchosella species. It's got a very nice green coloration. These are kind of generic everywhere in their range. They don't differ much from the ones in Thailand or anywhere else. This one is shedding on its tail though, which is kind of interesting, but I'm just going to grab a quick phone pic before he darkens up and let him go. All right, so we just caught our first Leptobrachium here. You see this big one, and from underneath it crawled this huge leech, a type of leech I've never seen before for sure. Really interesting pattern on the back. You know, I like to study my leeches and see the different ones. Like, not only is this one massive, obviously it's been feeding on it, but it's like, it's definitely, I think it's definitely a land leech, but certainly not one I've seen in any other destination. And I don't know if you guys can see, but you see there on the side of the frog, you can see it's taken a massive, that's the hole which it's bitten in the frog. I don't know if I've ever seen a leech on a frog before. This is a pretty wild observation.
Do you know how rough it is?
Yeah, yeah, it's very rugose. Get like a close-up of this bear. That's crazy, man. Spaghetti. All right, here's the biggest Palawan horn frog we'd seen. This one's way darker than those small ones. Still has the very, very pronounced horns above the eyes and the snout. Yeah, a lot darker, but probably twice the size of the biggest one we've seen so far. So I figured why not film this one? Oh, would you look at that? Another one just hopped out of nowhere. This one's absolutely tiny. You can see them both together. Look at the size difference between these two. That's ridiculous. All right, you can go back now, buddy. All right, Aiden and I just got our first snake of the night walking the road, and it's this Lycodon subcinctus. If you can hear Bossery in the background, we've got a local friend of ours just tagging along, seeing what's up. And yeah, it's good to finally find a snake. It was kind of quiet tonight, not walking in the river. And as usual, the wolf snake's just biting the ever-living crud out of me, but these ones don't have the sharpest teeth, barely hurts at all. Like being nibbled by a kitten, I'd say, is a pretty accurate. But yeah, this is the Bornean clade. In Thailand, you guys know this would have like the clear white bands throughout the body. It's like Bornean Philippine clade. They lose their bands really, really, really early, and they become this very like grayish, faint pattern on the body. He hisses, he bites, he is a wolf snake. But yeah, new species for our trip on Palawan. We're going to meet up with Keith and Cripper, who are walking along the road adjacent to us soon, and see if they found anything. But in the meantime, we're going to keep searching, see what else shows up. This is our first snake of the night. Let's go. Bro, okay, I don't know how much of that was captured. Probably none of it on film. Well, I just climbed way up this tree, getting stung by wasps and ants to retrieve the biggest Schultzes pit viper you will ever see in your life. I'll insert a picture that Keith took of me up the tree, but for now I've got to get down, recover, and I can show you this ridiculous snake we just caught. Look at Keith go. Look at the size of that. All right, we just got back to the edge of the road here, and bro, put Keith next to it to show the size of this thing. This is bigger than any Sumatranus or Malcolmi I've seen. Like, what the? guys.
Look at the size.
It's huge.
It's still going.
Take your left hand away.
It's still going.
How big would you estimate on this? Like 1.4? Like, that is just outrageous.
Look at that. Look at that.
What? Mate, the one yesterday we were like, oh, that's a long snake. Well, this is double the intense.
I really didn't think they got half this.
Look at me, I've got. You can see, I don't know how well you can see there. Got wasp stings on my shoulder because there was a wasp nest up there. Cripper took the branch off me when I got it down the branch. He was like struggling to balance it. It broke and he almost swung the snake into me while I was getting bitten by wasps. There was ants up there. Oh, Keith, can you shine a light at me and film me for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm telling you, bro, there is nothing good up trees. Okay, for anyone like wondering about climbing snakes, climbing trees for snakes is fun, epic, awesome. Believe me, bro, there's nothing good. Once you get above like 1 meter high of the tree, it's only ants and wasps and other horrible creatures. So best avoided, but fortunately it was worth it this time. We got this. Stop taking your light away from filming. What is wrong with you? So I don't think I've stepped in front of the camera once on this trip, but I just had to for this snake. I mean, look at this. This is incredible. What a find on the Palawan trip. An absolute dream for all of us. Like, we found a 1 meter one last night and we were thinking this is going to be as good as it gets. But no, here is this huge. You think it's a female or male?
Female.
Female Trimeresurus schultzei, bigger than any Sumatranus or Malcolmi I've seen. Like, I didn't think we could top that Malcolmi we got in Borneo that was 1.2 meters. This one's approaching 1.4. We'll get an accurate measurement of it and I'll overlay it on screen or something before we leave. But this is just absolutely outrageous. And it's very, very docile too. The other guy said it was striking now and again, but all the time that I've been hanging around with it, like I was walking off at the stream for a bit, it's been incredibly docile. It's beautiful too. I mean, I already showed quite a bit of it, so I just wanted to kind of talk with it here and soak in this moment, give you a little bit of FaceTime on the camera before I go behind again. But I can't believe this, man. Incredible. What a find. Like, we have truly got the holy grail of Palawan right here. The incredible giant Trimeresurus schultzei here in the flesh. Let's go. All right, we just met up with Alex and Harry, and Alex had just caught this absolutely stunning snake here. We believe this is Dryocalamus, Philippina, but I don't know, I don't think they look like this. I've certainly never seen a picture of this snake online before. It's absolutely stunning. It's obviously a Lycodon like group, obviously, like I'm concluding Dryocalamus in the wolf snake group there, but it's just got some absolutely outrageous patterning on it. The head is very Dryocalamus-like. It's quite wide compared to the ones we get in Thailand, but I mean, look at that patterning on the upper body. That's a stunning snake. I'm glad we're getting some like colubrids now. Finally, at last, some colubrids. Also, we were speculating that may actually not be Subcinctus because apparently that's not recorded on the island. So we think that might actually be Lycodon coelii, which me and Aiden got earlier. But yeah, in hindsight, we think that's one of the other endemic Lycodon, and this one is just stunning. Like, maybe we got the ID totally wrong on this one, but we have the list of the snakes recorded on the island, and Dryocalamus philippina is the only one which would really make sense, but absolutely outrageous. What a cool find. Right, so while the gang of us were retrieving that schultzei from the tree, the other guys were doing a river walk specifically to look for this snake here. This is Boiga dendrophila multicinctus, the Palawan endemic subspecies of Boiga dendrophila. Superficially band-wise, it's extremely similar to the Bornean one, Anectens that we were seeing. But I immediately noticed this cool like spotting that you guys can see on the head there, which I think is possibly like the distinguishing morphological feature of this one, or at least one that we've picked up on very early on. There could be other things we haven't noticed. I barely looked at this snake actually. All the other guys were looking at it, and now I just got it in hand so I can show you some video. But yeah, this was another one of our targets for the area. Like, long-term goal is to get all of the Boiga dendrophila complex around the world. So picking up this one was certainly something we wanted to make use of our time for here in Palawan. And unless we road cruise something on the way home, this will also be the last snake we find tonight. It was a 4-snake night, but 4 species, and honestly, definitely the best night of the trip by a significant margin. A lot of cool stuff tonight, and this is another one. Fantastic, beautiful snake here. Look at all those coils in my hand. It's not small either. Great to finally get some like proper colubrids, arboreal colubrids. Like, look at that. Ah, so cool, man. Well, the Boiga dendrophila turned out not to be the last snake of the night. Alex, while we were doing photography, was just wandering around, and in the debris in our photography set, he spotted this little keelback crawling around. I believe this is the yeah, this is the Palawan form of Rhabdophis chrysargos, but doesn't look like any Rhabdophis chrysargos I've ever seen before. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it has like, kind of has spots on the edge of the venter. But like, yeah, I don't know. This is like well out of my Rhabdophis chrysargos like typical form in many, many ways. It's a cute little snake though. Great to get a naturally in, and holy cow, this has been a good night of herping, guys. It's been outrageous. Not only did we get like the absolute holy grail monster Schultzei, but we got 4 other species of snake, which is just fantastic. This has been absolutely insane. Like, I cannot understate how happy I am with this night, and this trip in general has just been amazing. And can you believe we still have 1 more night? But this absolutely will be the last snake of the night unless we road cruise something. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. And damn, drop a like if you enjoyed this evening of herping. Drop a like if you wish you were here. Drop a like if you thought these were some good snakes. This guy's cute too. All right, second and final night of herping is beginning now. The boys are piling out the car, and it's going to be the same meta as yesterday. It was pretty slow going, but in the end we turned up some fantastic stuff, so we're going to give it another run back tonight. That means checking drainage ditches, checking jungle trees, and general subsentience going on. So let's get to it. All right, first snake of the last night has appeared, and it's in a very cool ambush position. There's this little swampy area near the edge of the road, and this adult female Tropidolaemus subannulatus Philippine clade is sitting there in ambush, waiting for a frog potentially to come by. That's what I would assume in this kind of environment, although you know rodents will hop around this stuff too. Oh, what the PCS? Bro, that is so unnecessarily defensive. I took 1 step near it and it freaking struck at me. Look at this thing, man. So what's bouncing around over there? I think a frog. Dan, you see that, guys? Usually we communicate the idea that snakes are like these ultra like shy animals that never bite, but I took 1 step near this bear and she lunged at me. Look at her, she's getting ready to do it again as well. Really odd coloration on this one. Like, you can see the tip of the hook next to it, like decent size too. Not like a giant female, but certainly more mature than the one before, which I think is why it's lost even more patterning, which is kind of dope. I was actually saying to Keith that I'd love to find a bigger adult female of this species tonight, and she's just chilling right there. At first, I didn't even recognize it. I was like, what, a brown viper? What's going on? And then I was like, of course. Big, chunky adult female sub to start the night. Take another look at the... Maybe I'll take some more footage in a bit, but for now I'm just going to take a couple phone photos and then we'll move on. Got this little toad here. I think it's like a juvenile river toad, but I'm not entirely sure. It can be hard to tell when... It can be hard to tell with these little guys sometimes. I just thought I'd film it for a few seconds because we're walking the road and it's always much slower. There's less stuff on the road than on the streams. So yeah, 1 more animal to add to the count. A new one for the trip too. All right, we just met up with Aiden and Cripper, and look what Aiden's holding in his hand, bro. Naja Sumatrana, Palawan form. Where was it? Just on the side of the road here?
Yep, literally foraging through the grass.
Damn!
I got an in-situ video of it.
What a way to end the trip. Look at it, it's spitting at Harry's boot. Already covered the end of Harry's boot in venom. That is wild. Nice, like, dark form adult, which, by the way, this was Aiden's, like, biggest target for the whole trip. Like, obviously, most of us were big on the Vipers, but Aiden's been wanting to see the SUMATRAN COBRA for as long as you've been coming to Asia.
For real,
so,
yeah, for real.
This was your main target on the last, like, trips we did together, and here you go, you got it. Incredible. Look at that.
I couldn't be happier, man. It's absolutely incredible.
What a thing to find here on the last night. We were saying, like, the one thing we're missing, we said on the drive out, one thing we're missing was an elapid. Like, that was the one thing we didn't find on this trip. And here it is. Look at that. Mind if I take it in hand for a second?
These will almost certainly be a different species. I love these things, man. Absolutely love them to pieces.
So cool, man. It's hooding as well at night, which is not too often that you get these cobras hooding at night. A lot of the time they'll just sit there and be like boring and just be placid and calm. But yeah, obviously I'm not wearing goggles, but I've got a head torch on, so it can't see my face. Aiden, though, you are now in the firing line because the light from the car is on his face, so it can see him.
Yep.
Whereas for me, if it tries to look at me, all it will see is light, so I can get nice and close and inspect this beauty. Not a big one, but this is certainly an adult, quite significantly bigger than the one we got in Malaysia in January, Harry and I. And yeah, we saw these guys on the edge of the road, and I could see they were like doing something and I was like, they definitely have a snake. And it's this awesome Sumatran cobra, equatorial spitting cobra here in Palawan in the Philippines. What a find. Let's go. Right, so what is probably going to turn out to be our last snake in Palawan is this exquisite little sunbeam snake here, southern sunbeam. We saw one of these very, very freshly dead on the road in perfect condition earlier in the trip, and this one was just cruising along in the drainage ditch beside the road. But damn, the iridescence on this thing is absolutely outrageous. Look at that, guys. Wow. You know, I was going to originally introduce this as just a boring sunbeam snake, common sunbeam snake, but that thing is just glossy to a new, I don't know what to say. That is simply incredible. Like, I know why so many normies love this species, because that is unique right there. Look at those colors rippling down the body. Man, what a fantastic way to end the trip. The LGHD TV rainbow colored snake. Insane. Hello guys, and thanks for watching my Philippines herping series. This was an incredible and fun trip with friends, a fantastic 7 nights, and I cannot wait to do another trip like this. I got tons of great videos coming soon, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And as you can see on screen, explore herpetology.com for premium, high quality herping tours in Asia. Let's go.